What's going on, guys? Welcome to the vlog. Welcome back to the most epic channel on YouTube. I have this giant RC car and this thing is gas powered and I think we might be able to drive this on water. I've never seen it done before with a car like this, but I think if we go fast enough, we'll be able to drive this all the way across water, and we have a huge pond in the backyard that'll be perfect to try this out. This giant RC car has a 29cc gasoline engine, kind of like a chainsaw or a weed whacker, and it's been sitting all winter. I don't know if it's gonna start. Let's give it a try. First things first, you gotta make sure the transmitter is on, and then you turn the car on right here. And let's see. Uh-oh.
Is it not working?
Oh, wait, there it goes. Okay, so the battery's working. Now we just need to see if we get the engine started. This is what might be the tricky part because it hasn't started for a while. Pull start, just like anything else. Okay, Liz, here, you hold this. You might need to give it a little bit of gas to keep it going. Let's give it a pull. Here we go. Uh-oh. Okay, full gas for a couple pumps. Okay, I think we're gonna have to push the primer and maybe turn the choke on a little bit. A little bit more. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we might need to give it a little bit of gas at the same time. Oh, that's a good sign, Liz. That's really good. Here we go.
It's gonna work.
I think it just needs a little bit more gas. There we go. Woo! This thing has got a really loud engine. Woo! But we got it started. Let's warm up the engine a little bit and then see if we can drive it on water. Okay, now that we are out in the street, we can really open this thing up and show you how fast it goes. And I think you'll start to understand why I think this might be able to drive on water. Here we go. Okay, but the GoPro got a little messed up. Uh-oh, and it just stalled on me. Okay, that could be bad news. I really hope this thing starts again. Sometimes when you flip engines over like that, they can flood themselves. Let's see. Woo! Okay, we're good. Let's go to the backyard now. Okay guys, we are in the backyard now. We got the pond down there behind me, and it's a pretty big pond. I would say it's about 40 feet across the pond, and it has a maximum depth of about 10 feet in the middle, and probably 4 feet on either side of this thing.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
We're gonna try to drive the RC car across the water, and I think it's the perfect setup because we have a super fast, really big RC car. We got a steep hill. We have a perfect entry, and we have a mat in the back there. If you zoom in, you might be able to see it. There's a perfect entry exit ramp to drive right on out, and this is a very similar setup to what we did in the swimming pool, but just a lot bigger. Start driving on top of the water, and if it can make it all the way across, it's gonna go up and off the ramp. So the only way this car is gonna make it across the pond without sinking is if it can drive perfectly in water all the way across. So let's give it a go. You think it's gonna work?
I don't know, Carter. This car is much heavier.
It's heavier, it's bigger, and it also has a gasoline engine, which if you guys know anything about gasoline engines, gasoline and water does not mix. So if this thing sinks, it might be the last time this thing ever works, or needs a big repair or something. I don't know. But we are gonna give it a try right now. Let's start this thing up. Ready?
Yep.
Woo! Okay guys, so this is about the path that we're gonna do. We're gonna start right about here, enter the water right there, drive about 25, 30 feet on top of the water. It's about 6 feet deep, I think, right there. And then to exit on the ramp on the far side of the pond. That's the plan. Let's see if it can work. So we got camera guys. We got people everywhere with cameras. We got slow-mo, we got a GoPro in here. So I hope this thing works. We might only have one shot at this, so here we go. Let's do it. Guys, just in case this doesn't work, I'm gonna take my shoes off, take my phone out of my pocket. Because if this thing sinks in the water, it's gonna sink all the way to the bottom because it's made of metal. And it's got a gasoline engine, so we have to get it out of the pond as quickly as it can, and hopefully we can save it from water damage. Woo! You can see how smoky this thing is. The engine's all warmed up. Let's go. I'm gonna drive it up the hill. This might be the final drive of this car ever if it gets too much water damage, if it sinks. Or it might make it across the water and drive on water and be a huge success. I don't know. I gotta climb up the hill a little bit like this. We're going full throttle first try. Let's see what happens, all right?
Okay guys, I don't think this is gonna work. There's no way. This car is way too heavy. I don't think it has the speed, but I don't know. Carter said that he thinks it's gonna work, so I guess let's just go for it and see what happens. All right, Carter, we're ready.
Okay guys, here we go. You guys are about to drive on water on a gas-powered car, the world's biggest gas-powered car. Here we go, let's do it. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. It almost made it, guys. It almost made it across. It was basically a success. I think it touched the exit ramp. Let's
Whoa,
see if this
it's
thing's
like
still
dented.
alive.
Carter, look, it's dented.
Whoa. Yeah, look at that, guys. Okay, check this out. Come look close. It looks like this fender must have hit the water so hard. Ready? Watch. Ready?
Whoa.
Ooh. It somehow popped that.
I can't believe it worked.
I can't believe it made it that far across the water. I didn't think it was gonna work, but it basically did. Okay, but one bad thing that I've already realized is
What?
it shut off.
Uh-oh.
Which means it probably sucked in
smoking.
water. Well, I don't think that's a big deal because I think there's a little bit of water on the engine, which is hot, but that's okay. But I wonder if we can get it started again. I wonder if it's even a good idea to try to crank the engine right now. It might not be, but let me try to see if we can just get some of the water out. Oh, uh-oh. The engine could be totally seized and broken. Oh, wait. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. And I think what we gotta do is take this to the garage, empty it, all the water out of there, and see if we can get this thing to start up and run again, because if we can, I might be able to go a little bit faster and take it all the way across the water. Whoa! Okay, well that's all the pond water just squirting out of that thing. Whoa, should I pull it again?
Keep going.
Whoa! Okay, we're opening up the air filter. This is where the air comes into the engine. It also looks like it might be a little wet. Nothing crazy though. Oh, okay, check this out, ready? So this is all the water that got in there. Oh no. It sucked it up like a sponge, but I think we're gonna be able to clean this thing out and I think it's gonna be fine. We haven't found any signs of like damage or like the engine being cracked or seized or anything like that, so I think we might be actually fine. All right, so now we got it back out. I'm gonna angle it a little bit. Whoa, okay, there is a lot of water. Look at this. Whoa. Okay, well, there's your problem right there. It was filled with water, but other than that, the engine feels just fine. I really think we might be able to get this thing started again. Okay, there's a lot of water still in there. Whoa! Whoa, that like shot out like a squirt gun. Okay guys, so the car is still taken apart, but we put the engine back together. We're gonna see if we can get it started. The electrical system should be up and working. Let's see. Wait. Yep, so the servos all work. Now let's just see if we can get the engine started. This is the moment of truth right now. It's working! We sunk it again trying to get thumbnail. This is really bad. I guess I'm going in. Here. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Just go in.
Hunter, it's all the way down. Is that his reach for it? It's
go.
heavy.
Just
It
go.
weighs 30 pounds.
You gotta go in.
I got it. I got it. Oh boy. She's a big boy. Woo! Okay. We got it. We got to drain the engine out of the water. The water out of the engine now. Oh, the electronics are still working. I'm gonna turn those off real quick. Hopefully those are waterproofed enough to survive that. I think we're gonna be all right. It is now day 3 of trying to drive this giant RC car on water. The first day we drove it and it made it almost all the way across and then sunk in the water. And then that night we were able to clean it out and get it running again. Day 2 we came back. We didn't really film a whole lot of it, but we did get it all on film. We drove it across the water successfully one time. And the second time it sunk all the way to the bottom of the pond.
You gotta go in.
I got it. I got it. Oh. But then after that we were able to clear this thing out and get it running again. We opened all the electronics open overnight to let them dry out, but I think everything is good to go. This stuff can, both the electronic system and the gasoline engine can handle water pretty well as long as you get it dry pretty quick after you don't let the water sit so it rusts. So let's put this back together and see if it'll fire up. There we go, guys. This car has been a trooper. It's been underwater, what, twice now? Maybe 3 times? And one time it sunk all the way to the bottom of the pond. And to make this shot look extra cool, we're gonna put some pond dye in the pond. And what this does is it blocks some of the sunlight to prevent the algae from growing, so it's very healthy for the ecosystem of the pond. And it also makes it look super cool, so it's really fun to add the stuff to the water. Woo, look at that. It's essentially like food dye, but it's meant for ponds. This stuff is so blue when it's not mixed like this that it looks like Gatorade or like Powerade or something like that. But eventually it'll mix throughout the entire pond and give it a nice natural blue look. We're all set up. We got the Losi 5T. This thing is 100% stock. We're gonna drive it on water. This is day number 3. Let's see if it'll work. Here we go. Okay guys, that first run was unbelievable. It made it all the way across. We're gonna set up and do it again. Whew, guys, that was totally awesome. We drove that car on water so many times the past few days. It does pretty well with water damage as long as you clean it out. And I think it's just a matter of learning how to drive it on water. Comment down below what else we should do with this world's biggest gasoline RC car. See you guys in the next vlog. Woo!